Every good medieval city requires a wall. Let's build one. Now that I've dug out most of the river and I've completed the exterior of this wall, now is time to actually complete the interior of this wall over here. But before I do that, I need to make an outline. I'm spacing out my two sides of the wall by 3 blocks. So I have to make an outline across this entire path of pink carpet here. The outlines are now all done. Now it's just time to build them all up. The interior side of this part of the wall is now all complete. You can see it like so. Now I just have this entire section. Now that I have the wall completed on this side of the city, I plan on landscaping this little cliff face, and like you can already see where I started. Actually, you can see that I started right here, like incorporating that clay to almost make it look kind of wet. I think that's a really cool touch, but what I want to do is kind of slope it down gradually to the riverbank, just do some basic landscaping. Alrighty guys, so I have been at it working on the terrain and also adding a farm over here. Also becoming night. But yeah, I've been doing all this terraforming, landscaping, whatever you want to call it. And I'm also planning out this outer suburban area of the city. And out here will be somewhat of a facade for or like a mask for our tree farm. So I plan on having oak and birch here, and then maybe acacia between them. I'll have to check the spacing on them, and then I want to have spruce and jungle somewhere around there. I don't want the spruce and jungle to be that obvious because they don't really fit in with the whole desert theme. But yeah, check that out, guys. I really dig this area that I've been working on. All right, so not only have I raised the water level and dug the river out uh, all the entire way, I still have this water level to do, but I've dug out the river from here to where we just were. And this is the front gate now. I kind of added a decoration, a gate actually. I still have to decorate the towers, but I'm still coming up with a design for that. And then this is the farm area on the outskirts of the city wall here. We're on the the western side of the city. And so I have a bamboo forest. I kind of want this desert area to become a paper producing area, so I'm kind of masking the bamboo as like some sort of cane or whatever. And then here's just a giant wheat field. I went through 3 diamond hoes on this guy. Definitely took a while, but I'm glad with I'm happy with how it turned out. And then in the middle is just going to be a stream. All right, I'm actually doing this in the reverse of chronological order. So like what I've worked on most recently, I'm showing you first. I don't know why. And then we come across this area. So I kind of made this natural stone bridge here. I think it kind of looks kind of cool. Looks cool. And there's like a sight line here. Yeah, right there. So where you see that sandstone is actually going to be the farmer's house, his mill, essentially. Still coming up with a windmill design. And then I plan on having coarse dirt run throughout the cliffs faces of the river. And I plan on filling them out with tall grasses, dead bushes, and dark oak saplings. You can actually use dark oak saplings as a block because they don't actually grow. You need 4 of them to grow. So it's a pretty nice, useful terraforming tool. And then also with podzol near the water's edge to make it look a little bit more damp. And then I plan on using this tree design here. I think it looks somewhat good. Like just some coastline saplings or whatever. I like it. It's just oak fences with birch leaves. The reason why I like to use birch leaves here and on top of the bamboo is because they are not affected by the desert biome, so they don't look dead like acacia leaves here do. They actually maintain their green color. I plan on putting more trees there where you see that coarse dirt. Same thing over here. I still have to get more flowers. Kind of ran out of flowers and I want to spread them out throughout the path. And then we come across this dock area, which I'm really proud of. I like what I did. But yeah, there should be another boat there. I think a skeleton actually shot at that boat. So what it would have looked like is if I make a boat, it would have looked like a giant rowboat with 2 oars per side. But they're both jungle. They would have been something like that. And then here was where we started at. I haven't really messed around with this cliff near the wall too much. I still have to work on the bottom riverbed area, but I'm still coming up with ideas for that and like ways I can incorporate life into that area. Besides from that, I plan on making a kelp farm underneath this thing. Like you can think of this as this is the form of the build, meaning this is like the beauty of the actual build, but then the function is a kelp farm right underneath it. But I think that covers almost everything. I have another feature that which I added right underneath the natural stone bridge here. Right underneath it, I have this like iron gate, and this is going to be the sewer system. So I plan on having the sewer system be the fastish travel of my world, or not of my world, of this entire city complex. So you could go from storage to any build that is connected to the sewer network. I plan on having the west side of the city be accessed through this sewer gate, and then this will go to storage, where I think is going to be at the top of the main gate. I think that's where storage is going to be. I'm learning as I go along. Okay, so we are underneath this house. It's actually kind of perfect. I wanted a use for this house. Um, so maybe I have a toilet here or something, and that just goes to a sewer. But that's pretty cool. So we were just outside of the city. We were just there, and now it comes up right there. So that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool feature of the city, and it kind of entwines everything together. And if you are interested, this is what the city looks like with complementary shaders. Looks pretty good. Oh, I really like the diorite on the cliff. It makes everything pop. All right, back to normal. What I'm going to work on lastly for today's episode is the storage area of my world. The problem is you see all of those chests and crafting tables spread out, that cart over there. There's some near the wheat field. There are chests with items in every house, I think, that I've been building. So I don't have a storage solution. I do not have a storage solution. I've never had a good storage solution in this world. You can barely see it, but I have chests upon chests upon chests over here, and I need to get that fixed. So I plan on having my storage solution up on top of the main gate to the city. I think it's pretty central. It's a pretty main location, major attraction of the city. And I think it'll be pretty efficient to have all my storage up here. So I'm gonna figure out how I'm going to pack like double chests into this somewhat small width, but I'll figure it out and I'll be right back. So with that, around half of the actual gatehouse is now complete. I made this arch, which is both in the Y dimension as well as in the X dimension, which is pretty cool. It like goes outwards as well as going up, which is an interesting design. Um, and then I also had these andesite pillars, kind of look like bricks almost. Because I'm going to have towers on the side where those stone blocks are. But let's make our way up to the actual floor where all of the storage is going to be housed. And this is what it looks like. So I have, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 by 2, 4, 2, 4, 6. I have 54 double chests for my storage, and then I'll have storage on the side as well for like niche things like maybe furnaces and stuff like that. Or maybe up above in barrels. I don't know. But this is going to be my main storage. I don't really need that much because I do have shulkers. So like, if I fill up an entire double chest, I can just store it in a shulker in that double chest and just call it good. And then to add some more extra detail both on the exterior and on the interior, I added these ballistas, defensive weapons kind of just giant crossbows. But aside from that, what I plan on working on right now is this bridge. I laid out the underside, which is cobblestone and stone. The reason why I actually use decorative um, blocks on the bottom instead of just netherrack and stuff is because I think I want a sewer tunnel running underneath the bridge. I don't know how I'll make it work. It'll probably have to be 2 blocks tall, but I plan on making it work. Because it would be really useful in the future to have a train track, a minecart track, run along here for villagers, because the villager breeder is where that glass is right now. So it's always good to think about the future plans of your world while also building it up. What I just did is I laid down the normal palette for the road, which is a deep slate, cobbled, deep slate stone, and basalt. And then I plan on making the walls right here. Somewhat see the design, but let's float down here. It's going to be an arched design, so there's going to be multiple arches, and I think it'll come out pretty good. So I'm gonna work on that. I have to work on this upper level. I don't really know, like that wall, that 4x4 wall right there. It's very hard to decorate because I'm not sure what I want to do with it. And even on this side, it looks a bit worse. Like, it's so boring on this side. And I'm not sure what I really want to do with it. It's just a plain flat wall. So I'll have to think about what I want to do. What I honestly thought was just to put leaves there and just call it a day, but I'm not sure that would be enough. I'm going to think about it while I'm building the sides of this bridge, so I'll be right back. To start, I changed all of the netherrack into stone brick. I then shaped all of the 3 arches on the side using slabs and stairs along with some walls. I then did the same thing on the other side, making sure everything was symmetrical, again getting rid of the netherrack and replacing it with stone brick. I then also did the bottom arches as well, giving this bridge some depth using stairs and slabs as well. I broke up the bridge where it meets the sand with sandstone, and I also used andesite and crackstone bricks as well. For the gatehouse towers, I just used my normal technique of granite and terracotta, and then for the top of the gatehouse, I just left a flat floor. And the bridge is finished. I used some andesite and crackstone bricks here to kind of give a more rough look to the bridge, to give it some wear over time. And I also did these under arches here, which is pretty good. Now, where you see those stone, oh man, I am so lazy. Here are my librarians that I trade with. Yeah, I'm gonna need to find a better place to put them. But while I was at it with the bridge, I also worked on the gatehouse. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of get it out of the way. And man, it really took a long time because I first had to get the shape down. It kind of looked like a boat from the top, but that is what it looks like. I have an issue with those flat walls, but I'll sort it out later. That's fine. I did go ahead with a stone gate. I was considering a diorite gate, but I think that would just be a little bit too much of a contrast, and it's just a gate. I don't really want just chose a double stone gate. And this is the view from the other side. I still need to add some more color to the leaves with like flower pots and rose bushes and stuff like that. That can be done a little later. Now, the way that you actually get up from the gatehouse without an elytra is, I also left my stone cutter up there. Darn, I'll get that. The way that you get up is through this door off to the side here, and here are some non-interior decorated rooms. I think I'm gonna stash some like armor stands and things like that to make it a little bit more lived in. But yeah, this is what the actual gatehouse interior looks like. This is going to be my storage room, and I've started organizing the actual chests. I started organizing these chests and also grabbing materials from just sprawled out throughout the city, from like houses down there, because I used to have my resources everywhere. They weren't just confined over there. They were probably in every single house here. But I think I got like half of the houses down. I still have to get the houses that I built between this episode and last episode, because I know I left a lot of materials in those. But yeah, so far I've been organizing everything. I still have to get materials from my big dig, my mine. But yeah, everything is pretty much organized. I also have a section for furnaces on each side. I have a map table. I want to kind of map out this entire city and then place it on these tables. I think that'll be really cool. Right now I just have buried treasure maps. I also have valuables on the barrels on the side. So I have iron, gold, redstone stuff, and copper on the right side, and then on the left I have emeralds, diamonds, lapis, and coal. I actually have a surprising amount of coal. I didn't think I had that much coal. I do have a lot of coal. Let's also sleep, because I think phantoms are going to be out to get me right now. I also have boards on the left, on both sides of the storage room. So on this side I just have a general tasks list that I can just do whenever I want. Add some housing to the north side, which is over here. Get the villagers transported throughout the area to like their respective homes. So like fishermen's go to like fishermen huts and houses and stuff, things like that. And then finish the basalt roads, and I have to lay out the main palace of the kingdom. So those are just general tasks that aren't really episode specific. Now over here is the project board. So these are things that, I can do for an episode. So I have outer farming housing. So that would happen over there. Here, I can actually just go outside. That would happen where those lime green houses are laid out, and where you see that coarse dirt, those rows. That's actually where the tree farm is going to be. Yeah, so one of the things about every survival world is all of the tree farms look so ugly. And I don't want that to be the same in my world. I want to be different. Every tree farm that I've ever made has been above ground, and it's been ugly. And I hate it. So I want to kind of cover the tree farms surrounded by housing, and then just have a farm outside and make it look nice. The next project is the kelp farm and super smelter array. That'll happen where those docks are. The kelp farm, I think I want to have a super smelter either above these rafters here, or below this floor. I just want to have it close to the storage room. And then the last project that I have on this board is the west side river project, boat launch area. And that's just continuing my terraforming from over there along the river. But yeah, guys, besides from that, I do have some tables here for some interactable blocks, such as the loom. I have stuff for potions for these brewing stands and cauldron. Actually put water in that. Go. I could have sworn I had a tripwire hook. I do, yes. That works. And then over here I have a grindstone and smokers. But besides from that, that is pretty much the episode here, guys. I did a lot of work. Like, I made this entire area, terraformed the whole river. Let's not forget about that. That's a whole big change. These cliffs here, the bamboo farm, the wheat farm. It's just going to get bigger and better from here. Like, I can't wait for this river valley to be all transformed into this environment that I created here. I just want to see it continue over and add some life to the place through houses and trees and all that stuff. But I think that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for sticking to the end to watch this entire thing. I spent way too long on this episode. I always tell myself, don't spend so much time on a single episode, but every time I do. One quick thing before I end off the episode is, I don't really know what to do with the top area up here. Like, I may have defensive weapons like ballistas, stuff like that, but like, I want to add some function to here, but it's kind of out in the open. So I had a table. I wanted to put a map here, but I thought that would be kind of weird. Tell me what you think I could do with this area, because it's kind of empty, and I want to add something to it that has some use. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you sticking to the end. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help me out a ton. But besides that, I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye and take care.